Alright, welcome back everyone. As you can tell, I have advanced a month into May, and it's time to hoe some fields because we got some weeds. So we'll get ready to do this. I did check it out, and that field 17 that seems like it comes up fairly regularly does have another hoeing contract. So I think we will go ahead and take that and see if there's any others halfway close. I do know that I kind of try to cut out a lot of the video. And as you've seen, I have actually gotten that title screen to be wider so it doesn't look like some random 8.5 by 11 piece of paper on a 2 foot by 3 foot poster. I actually kind of did take a little time to do that. I just kind of like the way it looks better. I could go through and edit the other videos and insert this and stuff, but I feel as if that takes away from the purpose of this channel, which is showing me slowly learning how to figure some of that stuff out. Just like how I might not have had that video freezing problem that I encountered at the very beginning if I'd sprung for the Elgato capture card right away. But I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be something that after just a couple episodes I decided that I didn't like doing, so I did what I thought was the smarter option and bought the cheap $25 card. I am glad that I did decide to upgrade to the Elgato though. Works a lot better. Has a longer USB-C cable, which for my current setup just works loads better. Plus USB-C cables are way easier to get. So if I did have to get one that a smidge longer, that would be a lot easier than ordering one online like I would have had to do with the other one. But I shouldn't complain because it did introduce me into the world of posting YouTube videos, which actually gave me a bit of a reason to start learning how to actually, you know, do the video editing thing. All right, let's see it. We'll go back in. Yep, there's that one that I was thinking of, that I was planning on taking. So we'll go ahead and take that one. Where's field 95? I'm gonna double check my shit. Oh, 55. I was in the right spot on the map to begin with. Which 55 is not too far. So I might go ahead and accept that contract as well. Then we'll head over, or I'll head over to field 17. I will see you when I get over there. Alrighty, I'm at field 17 now, so we'll just go ahead and start. Even though it looks like the crops are almost too tall for us to do this. But I guess in real life, most crops can kind of take just a little bit of abuse and recover from it. So just like where I was planting beans not long ago, when you pulled into the field, it was corn, and you kind of had to drive over some, even if you tried not to. It happened, but thankfully the corn was young enough that it should recover because it was only a few inches tall. So it's not like it was a foot tall and going over and running it over, because then that wouldn't recover most likely. But plants are kind of strange with how resilient they can be. I did try to capture a little bit of, well, I shouldn't say I did try. I did record a little bit of video with my knockoff GoPro. It was just mounted to the back window, and looking out watching the drill. So I might try to get that put on my computer and just get a short couple minute clip out of it and put on here too. There was one that you could, well, I think there were a couple times you could see me go out and check the drill because the seed was starting to get down a little bit lower. And it was my first time running the drill, so I didn't know how far down I could let it get. So the last couple rounds, I did stop and double check it a couple times. I did the whole move from this end to the other end thing a little bit, but now that everything's planted, it might be a little while until I get any in real life stuff recorded again. Unless I end up recording the trip home with, if my brother has me help move the combine home sometime, if I record that trip, or what I would do. I'll figure something out because we have a strip till we have a strip till machine that we need to end up assembling over the summer at some point too. So might be able to figure something out there where we can record some of that progress too. And we'll be getting the pop up here soon. Yep, there it is. Well, since we're technically done with that field, I guess it's about time to head over to field 55. So I'll see you when I get there. Alrighty, I made it over here, so I think we'll go ahead and get this contract underway. I thought this field looked strange, and that's because it's the first time I've seen onions in the game. So that would definitely explain why I thought things looked weird. I almost was, I was kind of wondering if it wasn't the field of trees, because I know some of them are planted a little differently too. So when I pulled up, I got up and double checked just because I wasn't entirely too sure what they actually were. And maybe one day we'll get to the point where we can kind of start doing some of these little, I can't say little jobs, but some of these other types of crops. But first, we need to get to the point of being able to afford a new field. Which, I mean, we technically could, but I'm trying not to blow through too much money just in case I do decide that gaining another field ends up being too much for that combine I have. So I need to upgrade and then end up buying a corn head too or something. That way I could start doing a few different crops or something too. You know, I think honestly my first thing would be probably trying to upgrade to to a no-till planter, most likely. That'd be my next thing after combine, of course, because the planter I have right now works perfectly fine. It's just that I would like to kind of speed up the process by having a no-till planter as well, because I think that might even impact the environmental score just a little bit. I think when it comes down to the actual no-till of things, it's a smaller amount, kind of like how mulching's only a certain percentage. I'd mostly be doing it for the fact that I could be lazy and just go in and plant. I wouldn't have to worry about taking the cultivator out over the field and then planting. 'Cause then I could even end up eliminating an entire piece of equipment by selling the cultivator. I know I probably won't get a whole lot for it because it's getting fairly old on it, or on it, fairly old. Getting some hours on it. But between that, rolling and weeding, that would take up one whole thing out of the equation. Instead of, you know, four different things, you'd only be doing three because then you'd just be doing planting, rolling, weeding versus cultivating, planting, rolling, weeding, which for a little operation like mine right now doesn't make a whole lot of difference. But at the same time, it would kind of speed things up just a smidge. I think that's one reason I like that Kinsey planter on here because it's no-till, doesn't require a whole heck of a lot of horsepower or anything, and you can go fairly quick. But I think it's time for me to go in. We'll just go ahead and collect our monies. And I think that's probably going to be a good stopping point for the evening. So I will save you all the long, boring ride home. Yeah, there's canola. Maybe we can get that contract. It's going to take forever and a year to get down here, but now that I'm getting more confident in editing, I can make that seem like a snap of the fingers for you guys. But it's a good time to call it quits. So I will catch you all later. Oh, there's a little rampage. I will catch you all in the next episode. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it.